This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Great pleasure to be joined by Andy Lee, and for the first time, and probably the only time for a lot of these guys, actually joining you in Ireland for an interview. Katie Taylor, I was going to say returns, but I suppose she does return home, but she's never actually been able to fight here as a pro. Just firstly on that, how big is this for the country? And you can just see how much it means to all the people out here today.
Look at the crowd, yeah. Irish boxing and boxing, like, they go hand in hand. The Irish, look at the history of boxing. Go back to the beginning of the history of boxing. They're all Irish fighters. So the Irish is synonymous with boxing, and we have a great tradition and history. And it's fantastic to see it back at this level. Probably the best female fight that can be made, Katie and Cameron, and a stacked undercard of Irish fighters. So it's long overdue. Great to have it here. Great to have it here. Like it's been a long time coming. It's been a frustrating few years because it's very hard. No grassroots boxing in Ireland. Hopefully this is the start of something new, something special, and a new era for Irish boxing. Yeah.
Your charge, Paddy Donovan, is on the bill. Very, very late news come in that he's no longer with Top Rank, and then I suppose then this opportunity came up. Just how excited are you and the team? This has come at the perfect time, a fight like this on such a big bill.
Yeah, listen, we had a great time and a great relationship with Top Rank, and we're just unfortunate that they could not provide Paddy with the fights he needs at this stage in his career, in his development. There's just not enough fights for him. But from everybody there, we couldn't have asked for better treatment from Brad and Bruce, Bob and Jeremy, the whole guys there, Evan, even the media guy. Fantastic people, and we had a great relationship. It was just unfortunate they couldn't give us the fight, so we agreed to a mutual release. Paddy's a free agent. We're hoping to work, I'm willing to work with any of the big promoters. But he's a sensational talent, and you'll see that Saturday.
Samo Mason, quite a good opponent given sort of the lateness of it, last up against Dalton Smith for the British title. An opportunity for Paddy to show his level in there?
Yeah, and a good, not that we're Dalton's a different weight division, but it's good to compare the two, I guess. See how they handle Mason. Mason was training for a fight, that got cancelled, and he rang.
Just picking that back up, sorry. Do you want to sort of continue or just sort of?
No, Mason is a really good fighter and a good test for Paddy. He wanted this fight. He rang Tom Dallas looking to get the fight. We had an opponent, Callan McCauley, 10-0 as well. He pulled out. Then we had a Brazilian who was well regarded, had some good wins in America. He pulled out. But Mason came in and wants to fight. Now it's at 150, it's out of our weight division. Paddy was upset, he wanted to wear the 8-ounce gloves and get a knockout. But yeah, he's going to do the job, he's going to do the business. It's not an easy fight, but it's a good fight for him at this level, this stage.
Andy, let's talk a little bit about the main event, Katie Taylor, Chantelle Cameron. People have questioned for the last couple of years now whether Katie's coming to sort of the end stretch of her career. I wouldn't say subpar performances, but where she's always looked unbeatable, maybe at times she's shown elements of fragility against sort of pound-for-pound greats. She fights a very, very tough, undisputed champion in Chantelle Cameron, moves up a weight division. Your thoughts on the fight?
I think Katie fights to her level. I think the better the challenge, the better she is. And no better challenge than Chantelle Cameron. I think it's the hardest fight that could be made for both. Cameron's younger and bigger, has a good engine, and everyone says the same thing. But she can box as well. She has good footwork and a good jab. But she's also coming to Katie's backyard, into the Cauldron, the arena. It'll be an atmosphere like I don't think any of us will have experienced what's going to happen on Saturday night. It's going to be next level, even more than New York when she fought Serrano. I think this is going to be a special night on Saturday. I think Katie will rise to it. If she can box smart, she can win the fight well. But I know she likes to get stuck in and have a good go of it. So she'll have to come through some trouble, I think, and it'll be a close win for Katie, I think.
Looking at the boxing landscape as a whole, we saw this week that Daniel Dubois had split with Shane McGuigan. Maybe a family dispute, we don't really know too much the reasoning, etc. But Dubois, his whole career, Martin Bowers, and then obviously Shane McGuigan, and now Don Charles ahead of what could be a fight with Alexander Usyk. What do you make of it all, just as an outsider?
Well, what's the family dispute? Because he still trains Caroline, doesn't he? And he still talk. I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about it. These things happen in boxing. Relationships, they never end well, do they? But Don Charles is a good trainer. Shane McGuigan's a great trainer. Don Charles is a great trainer. So he hasn't got a bad option really. He's done well. Whoever he's got, either of them. But McGuigan is a premier trainer, and Don Charles done great work in the past. So. Whatever way, he hasn't got a bad option, yeah.
On the heavyweight boxing landscape, Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, they're hoping to get a site offer from Saudi Arabia. It's a fight that's been spoken about for years. We almost get this excited and then disappointed. If we do see that fight play out, who do you see as the victor?
I think whoever can land their punch first. Both men are vulnerable. That's sabotage, that is.
IFL ruining the boxing zone.
Both men are vulnerable, but both men are dangerous. And I wouldn't read too much into Joshua's loss. Joshua's last performance, I said loss, maybe that was Freudian slip, against Franklin. Because after a loss, coming back off a loss, a fighter is always hesitant, a little bit unsure of himself, and it takes time to build that confidence and self-esteem. I think whoever can land their punch first, I think it's a pick-em fight. Joshua's better fundamentals, but Wilder is better speed, that one-punch power, and is getting better at his boxing with Malik Scott. So it's a great matchup and a great fight. And listen, we've talked about it forever. Talked about this crap with Tyson and Usyk and Fury and Wilder, Fury and Joshua. Let's get the fights on. Look, take a leaf from Cameron and Taylor's book and say, get the fights on, fight the best, make the fights happen.
Finally, on Fury-Usyk, Tyson done a press conference in Tenerife last week. He said there's a lot of sort of quote-unquote bullshit in the media regarding this Saudi Arabia stuff and his involvement, but says that he does see himself fighting Alexander Usyk this year. Just from your hand, I know you're obviously close in with the camp and when he fights, etc., quite a pivotal part. Do you truly believe that we see the Alexander Usyk fight this year?
With heavyweight boxing, you never know, do you? And Tyson, like myself, I heard it all before, been through it all a million times, been to oh yeah, it's done, tomorrow it's signed, everything's be reassured so many times, and then it just falls apart, comes to nothing. So, like Tyson, I believe it when I see it. When I see them on the stage and it's being announced, any of the four fights being put together. There's only two as fought as Wilder and Fury. They're the only ones to step up. I suppose AJ and Usyk have, but make the rest of them. Why not? Make the fights happen.
All right, Andy, top man as always. Thank you very much for your time.
How have you come so big in boxing? What's your secret?
Am I?
You're one of the premier guys now.
I don't know. Smile on my face, be nice to people be nice to you, eh?
Listen, that's how I've done it.
Got a little nick for it as well.
Well done, yeah. That's the best answer you can give.
Andy, top man.